Bingo Blitz rules.
If your bingo has ads in it,
That's not a bingo.
if it doesn't have the coolest tournaments, mini games, and the most breathtaking design,
Nope, not a bingo.
if your bingo moment makes you feel so excited that you just want to burst in joy and scream out loud, bingo! Sorry, so you're playing...
Bingo Blitz? Now that's a bingo. Go for a world of excitement with Bingo Blitz, the #1 free bingo game. Download Bingo Blitz and play for free.
Now that's a bingo.
What's up, everyone? It's Noah Daniels.
Hey y'all, I'm JJ.
Hey guys, it's Kat.
And we're your hosts of the Real Hauntings podcast, where we bring on guests who share their first-hand encounter ghost stories and supernatural experiences. Now on to the trailer.
I've been warned to not tell this story, but I think because of the way it ends, it's okay to tell this story, because some people say that with certain entities, to like speak of them or talk about them or in any way like portray them as powerful will attract them to other people. The creepiest thing about it to me is a lot of times it would wait for me to notice it. Like it would just lay its arm out like this, and then I'd be like, where is it? Where is it? And then I'd see it, and then it would just slither back.
For more information on the Real Hauntings, Real Ghost Stories podcast, make sure you check out real.fm to learn more about our podcast and many other amazing podcasts.
With something like 5 million podcasts, finding a really good one can take a ton of time. So let me recommend one. It's called Something You Should Know. I'm the host, Mike Carruthers, and in each episode, we discuss topics that can be really helpful, like how to read people better, the psychology of crowds, or fun things like the story of Legos, or why you probably wouldn't be here if it weren't for horses. Something You Should Know is the name of it, wherever you get your podcasts.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Friday. And on the menu this Friday is fisting.
Smooth helping.
Gobbledy, gobble that fist right up. As Melissa and I, prior to recording, we were just talking about, we got to get some more sponsors for the show, and I opened the show with gobble the fist on a fisting Friday. You know?
That's what the people want.
Yeah, and we just have to find the right brands that align with that. Adam and Eve, hit us up.
It's a shame that we've been doing this for so long, and we still haven't had a sex toy.
Maybe I just need to email them.
Yeah. Put it on your to-do list.
I just wrote email Adam, and I just looked at it already, and I said, who the fuck is Adam? And so I just had to add the and Eve because I got confused had automatically. And I was like, already?
Adam as in first man.
Yeah. Adam as in that dude from those paintings with the little thing over his groin, right? Isn't that him? Or is that Eve?
I mean, they both would.
They both cover the junk?
Yeah. Because, I mean, we were according to the Bible, we were just frolicking around naked, happy as can be, and didn't know, weren't jaded, didn't know about sin or anything. Mm-hmm. And God had one demand, and it was like, do not eat from that tree.
A real tree, happened, or is it like...
It's a real tree.
A metaphor, okay.
And then Satan, in the form of a snake, was like, hey, Eve, come eat from this tree. It's the best fruit that you've ever had in your life. It's so juicy and succulent, so sweet. And you froze for a second, so I didn't know what was going on. and she was like, no, but God told us not to eat. And he kept tempting her. She went over there and ate it. And then she was like, oh, yeah, that's good. And then she convinced Adam to do it. And then God came over and was like, I told you bitches not to eat from that tree. And then Adam was like, it wasn't me, it was her. So instead of taking day one. Right, instead of just taking responsibility, God was like, now you know sin. And then they were like, oh no, we're naked. And then that's why.
Sounds a little sus, but you know, hey.
Yeah.
People believe what you want to believe. Sounds a little far-fetched to me. And it's not as glamorous as the Ark, you know? Like Noah's Ark, I'm like, yeah, I don't physiologically sciencey. I don't get it, but like at least it's dramatic, or like parting of a sea. And I go, dramatic. This one, I just go, okay, we're just naming and shaming a woman for being hungry and getting a snack.
Well, she wasn't actually hungry though, because we didn't know of hunger because you didn't need anything.
Okay.
It was about the desire and want.
Okay. Well, sometimes we just want a little snacky snack.
Yeah. But I think if Adam would have just taken responsibility, everything would have been fine. I put everything on him.
Oh, I'm here to blame any man, first man, whatever man, that man.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Well, if you are new here, this is
Bible talk.
Yeah, this is Bible talk starting us. But you might be like, what is this episode about? So this is where we read the results from our prior episode of But Am I Wrong? And you're going to probably be a little bit confused unless you've listened to that episode or any of those episodes before to kind of get an idea of it. So this is probably not the first episode of the podcast to listen to, but it'll still be here after you listen to the other ones. Come on back to it.
I was going to say, it's been a few weeks since we recorded this episode.
Yes. So you might want to refresh your memory. And I tried to include like somewhat like a little bit more details on this one so it would jog your memory, and so it would also jog mine. And this is for episode 91.
I'm up first. Melissa reminds us that America is racist because Nikki Haley forgot, which I thought it was so wonderfully phrased. Who is wrong? 1% said I was wrong. 99% said I was not wrong. Melissa is not wrong, but yes, America is hella racist. I would get racial remarks like "go back to Mexico," as well as "my old neighbor from hell" would literally wave his stupid Confederate flag at us whenever we go outside. He's dead now. Also agree with Meghan when she said she should stop bringing up saying she's a child of immigrants when she leans towards Trump. Like, bitch, I'm a child of immigrant parents too, and I've seen the struggle and trauma from family members being snatched because racists would snitch on my family members to deport them. Sorry to rant, but fuck Nikki.
Wholeheartedly agree.
I want to talk about for a second before we move on. Her on SNL. So she was there and she was in the audience taking questions, and Io asked her if she thought that, meanwhile Meghan is putting on mascara. Io asked her if she thought that, or said that she like, what was the meaning of this is essentially what was asked of her. And Io, instead of like her really like responding, Io more so answered, and then she said, yeah, that's right. And so I feel like it was a big out for whatever anybody would say. Like it wasn't like standing ground on anything. Also, SNL is very like they try to come off as a very liberal show, but still welcome the right wing on. And I'm like, what are we doing? It was so stupid.
It pissed me off too.
Stupidest things I've ever seen on TV.
I just hate that this whole thing of being like, we laugh at Republicans. I go, yeah, I laugh when Kate McKinnon is doing an impression of like an stupid fucking Republican saying some stupid shit or whatever. Or I don't even like Alec Baldwin, but when like Alec Baldwin is doing Donald Trump, like there's a huge difference between doing that and like that's explicitly satire and social commentary on the ridiculousness of it. That is not the same thing as inviting on Republican candidates who are the same problematic people that you're impersonating. It's not like oh my God, we just one-upped the joke. And I go, no, you just completely like severed the joke in half. Now it's like, it's not that, because no one is giving them that same energy to their face.
Yes, and I also hate that they had Io be the one to do it.
No, Lorne Michaels is on my shit list for that.
Yeah. Yep. Is there someone in the room with you?
No, there's just like a very loud truck or something outside, and then it sounded like metal.
Maybe there was a car wreck. I know the sound far too well now at this point.
Yeah. People love getting in car wrecks right in front of Melissa's house.
Oh, they do.
It's their favorite activity. Constant, like never ending.
Never ending.
Okay, so Meghan says, not everything is for you. A rant about Danielle Bernstein's apartment. 3% said I was wrong.
Apartment.
Oh, apartment. You're right. Oh, I spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, We figured it out. 3% said I was wrong. 97% said I was not wrong. I would love to know if people went and looked at the photos of her apartment.
I honestly meant to vote Meghan is wrong.
No, I need to show you. There's this one specific one of her bedroom. No, it's one you haven't seen because they didn't put it in the articles because they were like, this is so bad. It's one of those like typical apartment bedrooms where it's like you have the sliding closet doors. And she lime washed those as well.
I
and
did see that one. I did see it.
Oh, okay.
I did. Don't think I saw that article, but then I went and looked more.
Oh yeah. I was like, this is so
it's a
weird.
Bathroom that doesn't fit.
No,
which the bathroom is the OG, but they should have just, if you're going to do it, finish it off.
Yep.
Someone wrote in.
Yuck.
Did you put the yuck there?
Yeah. I literally had to pause it and like find it because all the screenshots I found, and like I'm annoyed because that little like red bubble behind the yuck was initially that pink color, and I must have changed something else and clicked like change all color to this one. But yeah, so it was like the best screenshot I found, but the face was, she said High School Musical yuck, and I wanted to make sure it just said yuck. Yuck.
I've noticed that my dad says yuck all the time in the same way.
And what you're saying is, am I a Kiki fan? I agree with the point I think you're making. It's like when people buy a house with a lot of character and a specific design style and turn it into millennial gray laminate floor hell. At that point, just buy a basic house and leave the cool house to people with taste. Yes, Zoe, that is exactly how I feel. And I have such strong feelings about the gray laminate floor. But I do think sometimes we need to talk about the people who think they're doing like, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not totally destroying it. And it's like, but you are. Just find a blank slate. Find something that already fits in that. Don't take apart this beautiful old gorgeous brownstone exposed brick. Like, you're gonna lime wash brick?
Can you undo lime wash?
It's paint, but it's a specific kind of paint, but I would assume
it's a little gritty.
Yeah, I would assume if she's lime washed that like it's smooth, so I think that she did concrete over.
Oh.
As a podcast network, our first priority has always been audio and the stories we're able to share with you. But at Realm, we also sell some pretty cool merch, and organizing that was made both possible and easy with Shopify. When you think about successful businesses like Aloe or Allbirds or Skims, an often overlooked secret is the business behind the business that makes selling and, for shoppers, buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. That's because nobody does selling better than Shopify. It's the home of the #1 checkout on the planet. And the not-so-secret secret that's definitely worth talking about is that Shop Pay boosts conversions up to 50%. That's more happy customers and way more sales going. If you're hoping to grow your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/realm, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/realm to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/realm.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. Look for The Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you love Disney? Then you are going to love our hit podcast, Disney Countdown. I'm Megan, the Magical Millennial.
And I'm the Dapper Danielle.
On every episode of our fun and family-friendly show, we count down our top 10 lists of all things Disney. There is nothing we don't cover.
We are famous for rabbit holes, Disney-themed games, and fun facts you didn't know you needed, but you definitely need in your life. So if you're looking for a healthy dose of Disney magic, check out Disney Countdown wherever you get your podcasts.
All right, then we have writer number 1 versus in-laws that show up any time of day, week. Who is wrong? 1% said the writer is wrong. 99% said the writer is not wrong. The writer actually wrote in like a long time ago.
You guys read my email in this week's, but am I wrong with the in-laws? I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom at the moment, and my husband is an engineer who works full-time. He will take off work in order for them to visit. This visit freaking sucked, and afterwards, my husband finally woke up. They got here in the middle of breakfast. I was still in my PJs, and they sat themselves on the couch, and they complained about hating their Christmas gifts. Christmas was like a month ago at the time of the visit. I'm like, okay, I woke up early, stress cleaned, and opened my house up to you at an inconvenient time, and you complain about Christmas gifts? No, thank you for having us or anything. This pisses me and my husband off so much. He was just like, okay, well, we went out of our way to accommodate you and you sit here in our home and complain. So we have finally agreed that they will visit on our terms and that it isn't worth the stress because they're honestly living in their own little world and are ungrateful. LOL. I'm so glad he woke up.
Yeah. Someone said she's pregnant and they're adding extra stress onto her. Also, the husband deserves a smack with a chancla for not supporting her, especially when she's pregnant.
I wholeheartedly agree to that. And also a lot of other people said that they loved the image choice. What a great movie. I love that movie.
I've never seen it.
Oh my God, you would love it.
I know I would love it. I don't know what was going on in life.
I don't know, because I want to say I'm pretty sure I saw it in theaters at least 2 or 3 times. Like, it's so good.
I love Jane Fonda as a whole.
Me too.
I haven't finished like the last few episodes of Grace and Frankie because I don't want it to end. But then I'm also like, they have so many movies together, like, and they're still making them. Like, they put out at least 2 or 3 a year.
Mm-hmm. No, you're not going to be lacking in any content between the two of them. But I feel the same way about shows that I love. Like, I will sit on like the last couple episodes for a long time.
Yeah,
because it feels like they don't actually end then.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have writer number 2 versus making straight men scared. Who is wrong? 1% said the writer is wrong. 99% said the writer is not wrong. And
we have an update from the writer.
Okay.
First, they said, now, why that photo?
Well, you should know that I did initially think of doing a photo of Chris Hemsworth as Thor screaming, but I realized I don't know enough about Marvel to know if, like, canonically Thor is like a straight man. Like, I don't know if, like, you know,
I think he had a little thing with somebody else before with another fella,
because then I was like just trying to go through, because I was trying to go, I'm not gonna do it for like a real life person, so I was like, let me go for like a character where it's like very much well established. And then I got in this rabbit hole that I go, I actually don't know. Anytime I was picking like a stereotypical, what we view as like a hypermasculine straight man character, I went, I'm actually not confident that canonically, like, they are straight. And so I was like, I can't do this. And so then I thought, hamster, rodent.
Natalie Portman, I haven't seen Thor Love and Thunder, but Natalie Portman said that this one is very gay. So might need to
Which
tune
one's
in.
that?
The one where she turns into Thor. That's why I called her Girl Thor earlier.
Wait,
off mic.
Did I listen? Is that out yet?
Yeah, it's been out since like 2022. It was during the pandy, like we weren't going to the theaters.
No, but I've definitely seen it. Because as soon as you said it's pretty gay, I went, I'm pretty sure I've seen it. Yes, I have. And it is. But yeah, that, to answer your question, that's why I picked the little rodent. Hamster, guinea pig.
Whatever it is.
Exactly.
And they also said, also one of them did apologize and is still single. They said, only one of the straight men did defend me, which I totally forgot to mention. My friend, you gave their name, so I'm not going to tell them. Let's call him Brian. My friend Brian, who's dating my cousin, and not gonna lie, I think tries too hard to be an ally because he randomly asked if I was serving cunt. I mean, I was, but where the heck did he learn that from? It's funny.
No, I love that. That is like the definition of like someone ended up on Drag Race TikTok and is like heavily invested and is like, I can say all these phrases.
One of my straight guy friends was like, had tweeted out, what does serving cunt mean? And this was also a straight black man. And I was like, if you don't know, then it's not for you.
Wait, they said that or they asked what it meant?
They said, what does serving cunt? No, someone has said something about serving cunt. And then he quote
Replied.
tweeted and said, okay, what does serving cunt mean?
If you need to ask, you don't need to know.
Right.
And also
and that's what I responded back to him.
As a girl, as a girly girl, I never needed to learn the definition of serving cunt. Like, it was just like...
It was just there. It makes sense.
Yeah, no, like, serving cunt. And I'm just like, okay, and the sky is blue. Like, what? Like, it's just like, there's no learning curve at all there. So, oh, that's funny.
And then wrong of the week. Who is wrong? Abrazo Holmes. 96 said Abrazo was wrong. 4% said Abrazo was not wrong. Are they still awards that they've won?
Yeah, this is one holding them. And they do also look like bottles of alcohol, which why are you wearing sunglasses in the photo? I really need everyone to like make sure they go look at the website and see.
And read everyone's bios.
Please do, because it is
the
so
pictures, bad. Everything.
And the one black man there who just has sadness in his eyes. Like, he just looks so miserable. And yeah, the Selena home is still up, for the record, everybody. And
they're all like, all of them are still up, but they don't have the same description anymore.
I don't think that the Anne and the Harriet are.
Was it Harriet Tubman? We were looking, it was Harriet, but it didn't have Tubman on it anymore.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say the only ones I've been able to find when I was searching for images that still existed under those names were the Selena and I don't know what, but I think they might have even changed the first names to that because people were searching it so much.
They did win awards for those specific homes, so I'm sure those are what they're holding in this hand. I think the Harriet, they won an award for it, which seems...
I'm still not over this one, Melissa. Like, I think about this all the time, and like, I like can't believe that like they're just gonna get away with. They're just gonna like keep on keeping on, and like, imagine you apply for a job at like LinkedIn, and like you Google the company lore, and you're like, whoa, what? Like, it literally sounds like an episode from a sitcom.
I know, because they're just like, we are such feminists. Like,
this
that's
is something
really
like
what
Jay
they were
would
thinking.
do in Modern Family. He would like name a closet something, and they were like, I'm gonna name this and it's like just like notable gay figures, and it's like because of closets, and it's like Jay, and then and literally and Gloria's just like, no, we cannot do that. And Haley's like, kind of a serve, and it's like, no. Like, it's just, I can't even wrap my fucking head around it. It's going to be like, it's going up in the Hall of Fame with George Santos for me.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a really
good one. Then my wrong of the week are nominated Pastor Eli Regaldo and Pastor Crypto. 99% said he was wrong. 1% said he is not wrong. And someone had written in a while ago. Someone said, I'm currently listening to the latest episode of But Am I Wrong? And have a personal story about the holy crypto. My father-in-law fell for that scam, and we warned him time and time again. A coworker had introduced him to crypto, but it was supposed to be something small. But my father-in-law likes to bring God into everything, so his online church started talking about crypto, and this man decided to spend mass majority of his checks into the scheme. We had warned him against it because he was so deep, he would end up borrowing money from us to pay his fucking bills. Then once he got a larger than average check and asked my husband and I how he could cash it because he needed to send it through some ATM system to the quote unquote orphanage. The check was quote unquote from the church, and he was the messenger. So my husband took him to Walmart to cash it at their money center, and Walmart said, nope, what the fuck is that? I don't know how he figured it out, but eventually he did. And my husband would sometimes have to drive his dad to a gas station ATM to send money he was donating to one of the orphanages, or the church sent him to donate. My husband never realized what his father was doing at the ATM until I asked him. And I once had to talk to his dad about it because he was tearing his family apart because he didn't support his wife's medical care, who eventually passed, RIP. He didn't buy groceries. He didn't pay when he promised to for our wedding, making us dish out $3,000 out of our asses. And he didn't have enough money to get himself a car when he easily could have. God.
Terrible.
I don't know how it took so long for the predatory churches to hop on that crypto. Hey everyone, join me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa DeMonts, for Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong?
Each week, we deliver 4 fun-filled shows.
In Don't Blame Me, we tackle our listeners' dilemmas with hilariously honest advice.
Then we have But Am I Wrong, which is for the listeners that didn't take our advice. Plus, we share our hot takes on current events.
Then tune in to see you next Tuesday for our listener poll results from But Am I Wrong?
And finally, wrap up your week with Fisting Friday, where we catch up and talk all things pop culture.
Listen to Don't Blame Me, But Am I Wrong on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. New episodes every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
I'm Brennan Storr.
I'm Paul Bestall.
We're the Ghost Story Guys.
And every 2 weeks, we explore first-person stories of encounters with the paranormal from all around the world.
Then we have some fun reacting to those stories. We like to say our goal is to scare the hell out of you, then make you laugh.
Belief in the paranormal is not required. All you need is a love of great storytelling and curiosity about the world around you.
Come find the Ghost Story Guys on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else fine podcasts live, or at ghoststoryguys.com.
I did get some answers that you have been searching for. My mom is team Jacob, even though she hasn't seen the one that Melanie won't let her see.
She said, fuck that sparkly boy. Give me the boy with those luscious locks.
And luscious is a bit of a stretch.
Well, it is a wig.
I know.
And it is, honestly, like, when you look at the first Twilight movie, everybody's like, oh my God. I look at that and I go, budget indie. Budget indie.
Mm-hmm.
That hair is thin.
I don't think he has that hair in the first one. It's in the second one, right?
No, he's got the hair in the first.
Oh, okay.
You couldn't see it because it was so thin.
That's how much I was paying attention. When I mentioned that she hadn't seen it, Melanie was like, she's never going to see it. And I said, she can't get the full experience if she doesn't see it.
Yeah.
And Melanie was just like, absolutely not. What's the other one's name?
Edward.
Edward is barely in it. I said,
And who hates that? I did accidentally, when I was making Mott's watch them, I did accidentally skip one. Not on purpose at all. I skipped Eclipse. And I didn't even realize until we finished all of them. And then I was like, and I still to this day couldn't tell you what happens in that movie. And I've seen it. But I was like, I skipped it and then nothing changed with the plot. Oops.
Oh, well.
Might be. How close are you to finishing your Monopoly sticker pack?
I haven't been trading with anyone, first of all.
First of all, I know that.
It gets tiring.
Which is why maybe we can do some trades.
Okay. I did cash in not that long ago.
For the 1,000?
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm saving
that
for.
Way. Like, I'm not going to... I wish I could have one where I'm just like, I'm not going to buy. And, of course, now the cash boost goes in when I'm just trying to look at stickers.
I know.
I have 175 out of 189.
Okay. I have 181.
Okay.
Really?
I'm gonna let the die roll.
I know. I just, as soon as I got the cash boost, I said, got to get my last one up in here. They're doing another one of that, like, little cute, I think her name is Sophia, the cute little adventurer girl.
Mm-hmm.
She's coming up next, I think.
Nice. I like hers.
It's really fun. And so I want to, like, save a bunch of rolls for that. But she's such a cutie. Have you been playing, have you seen people who played on airplane mode?
No, I didn't know you could even do that.
So, but you have to, basically, all of the roles are predetermined. And so you play at, like, you turn your phone on airplane mode. I haven't done it, but you turn your phone on airplane mode and you play with just like a single dice roll. And then you write down where you land for all of them. Then you delete the app and then you turn airplane mode off, re-download the app, and then it didn't happen. And then you bump up all of your, like, what the ratio, like the number of dice you use per roll. And then you can, that's how people, like, are really crushing it. I haven't done that because I can't
do
math.
That's so
much effort.
That's so much effort. I don't know. I got on the side of TikTok of people that were talking about how addicted they were and how they've had significant others having to delete. And now it's like on my For You page all the time. And I'm like, I'm not going to get to that point. I tried that app.
Me too.
I didn't like it.
Me either.
Okay, we'll have to go through ours and just see. All right. I think that's it for today. Please tune in on Monday for Don't Blame Me. That's where we give advice. It's odd if you're listening to this and don't know that already. Tuesday, see you next Tuesday. That's where we just chat it up. And this week I'll be talking about my massage experience.
I've been waiting for this one.
And nothing on Wednesday. Take a little break. Listen to old episodes. I've been thinking of maybe putting, when we have updates, putting the old episode on Wednesday so then people could hear.
Big brain activity. I love that idea.
Great.
You're very good at coming up with things that like make so much sense. So like I was never going to think about that. Like, it just feels so intuitive, but there was no intuition on my end. That's a great idea.
Yeah. And then Thursday you get Don't Blame Me, and you can vote next in 2 weeks if you listen this coming up week.
Just roll with it. Just roll with it. It's a great time. We're here for you.
Mm-hmm.
Join our Patreon too. If you want to play Monopoly Go.
Monopoly Go and see the videos and join the live streams.
Make some friends.
Mm-hmm. All right. We will touch base.
That's a great one.
Later.
Touch your base later.
Goodbye.
Welcome to the small town of Chinook, where faith runs deep and secrets run deeper. In this new thriller, religion and crime collide when a gruesome murder rocks the isolated Montana community. Everyone is quick to point their fingers at a drug-addicted teenager, but local deputy Ruth Vogel isn't convinced. She suspects connections to a powerful religious group. Enter federal agent V.B. Laureau, who has been investigating a local church for possible criminal activity. The pair form an unlikely partnership to catch the killer, unearthing secrets that leave Ruth torn between her duty to the law, her religious convictions, and her very own family. But something more sinister than murder is afoot, and someone is watching Ruth. Chinook, starring Kelly Marie Tran and Sanaa Lathan. Listen to Chinook wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, I'm Jennifer, a co-founder of the Go Kid Go network. At Go Kid Go, putting kids first is at the heart of every show that we produce. That's why we're so excited to introduce a brand new show to our network called The Search for the Silver Lining, a fantasy adventure series about a spirited young girl named Isla who time travels to the mythical land of Camelot. During her journey, Isla meets new friends, including King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table, and learns valuable life lessons with every quest, sword fight, and dragon ride. Positive and uplifting stories remind us all about the importance of kindness, friendship, honesty, and positivity. Join me and an all-star cast of actors including Liam Neeson, Emily Blunt, Kristen Bell, Chris Hemsworth, among many others, in welcoming the Search for the Silver Lining podcast to the Go Kid Go network by listening today. Look for the Search for the Silver Lining on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Bitches on Comics is a bi-monthly interview podcast where we talk to the coolest LGBTQ plus folks and women in comics and pop culture.
Our unique perspectives and welcoming nature have earned us the honor of being named a Best Comic Book Podcast by Book Riot, Screen Rant, The Mary Sue, Comic Book Herald, and Comic Book Couples Counseling.
Bitches on Comics is hosted by moi, Monica Estrella Negra, filmmaker, writer, and co-founder of Audrey's Revenge Film.
And me, S.E. Fleenor, comic and pop culture nerd and culture critic with writing in The Independent, Vice, Electric Literature, Star Trek, and so much more.
We're also both voting members of Gallica, the Society of LGBTQ plus entertainment critics.
Join Bitches on Comics for in-depth, hilarious, and heartfelt conversations with the likes of Stephanie Williams, Leah Anderson, and the late, great Rachel Pollack.
Listen to Bitches on Comics on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Or tune in at bitchesoncomics.com. New episodes every other Wednesday.